Hello, my XRP gang. Today, I've got several metrics that I'd like to share with you regarding this XRP's journey to the moon. Of course, the significant thing here being price, but there are also a few other factors that we need to look into as we try to figure out the path forward for XRP. Well, to start with, the price of XRP has been on fire all weekend. In fact, it has climbed six-fold this year, even with the SEC lawsuit. Analysts have been predicting a solid bullish pattern for XRP in the price charts, and it's all coming to reality. Welcome to Money Side. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications if you haven't already. Let's dive into it. The volume of XRP has recently exceeded that of all time since 2017. The number of accounts created per day has shot up compared to what we saw in the last market cycle. The average daily volume of XRP is dwarfing what we have seen with XRP before, and it's all giving XRP positive price action. XRP is getting back to levels that we haven't seen since 2017, and I must say it's an exciting time to be an XRP holder. In this market cycle, we are talking of a $2 trillion market cap, whereas the last time we had roughly $850 million. Going with this, we won't be surprised to see the previous XRP all-time high tripled. We are already seeing a high number of account activations daily. Over the last month, we had an average of 2,500 accounts created on a daily basis. This is already higher than what we had a year ago. If we go back to January 2020, we can see that XRP had at least 500 daily account activations. We have an increase of five-fold in terms of account activation, which is already something substantial that's happening to XRP. Things have been getting more interesting as in the last week, we started seeing a shot up to 5,000 to 8,000 plus account creations per day. These are already crazy numbers, and in terms of account creation, soon we will get to tens of thousands daily. It wouldn't be insane to think that considering the last market cycle, we had days when there weren't even more than 20,000 accounts created daily. More people are tapping into the crypto world, and there is a higher flow of money. Things are getting better, and the price of XRP will continue to drive up. Although there are the metrics in play here, if we look at the total number of accounts, there are definitely more people in the XRP ecosystem than in the previous market cycle. Volume is always a strong indicator of the potential of price action. In fact, on Twitter, Crypto Bull 2020, a famous crypto enthusiast, wrote the following: "Volume for XRP just passed the volume during the 2017-2018 bull run. If true, that volume precedes price. Moonshot incoming." This is an exciting time for XRP, as we have seen. Even those die-hard XRP haters are coming around and saying, "Hey, I still hate XRP, but if it's going to make me money, so why not?" I must say that's something, and it clearly shows how hot this coin is becoming. Now, with that said, let's see what the latest in XRP versus the SEC. Let's jump right in. I know you've already heard a lot about this fierce battle between Ripple and the SEC, but hey, this ruling will affect the future of XRP. And yes, it will impact the price movement of this coin. So we always have to keep you informed about Ripple and the SEC. That said, let's get to it, shall we? On Friday, the U.S. magistrate judge, apart from rejecting the demand for Chris and Brad's personal finance information, also quashed the subpoenas served by the SEC on SVB Financial Group, First Republic Bank, and other companies from obtaining the same documents. In her own words, Netburn said the SEC's request for individual defendants' personal financial records, apart from those records of XRP transactions that are already promised, are not relevant or proportional to the needs of the case. In a letter to the judge in March, Garlinghouse's lawyers argued that the SEC's multi-front attempts to troll through the individual defendants' personal financial information in a non-fraud litigation, where the defendants have already agreed to produce the relevant information regarding the challenged transactions, is a wholly inappropriate overreach. And guys, I have to agree with the lawyers. It seems that the SEC is trying their very best to mount a case against Ripple without any substantial evidence of the same. That led them to overreach to their personal information, which I think shouldn't be the case. Thankfully, the U.S. magistrate judge is fair and ensures the case sticks by the laws. It's evident that the SEC is already smelling the heat, and they might be losing this court case. I mean, I believe the case was a bust from the start. There's a lot that the SEC isn't disclosing to the public, but from my perspective, the team seems to have been gunning for XRP from the start. Why do I say so? If they had evidence that there were some unregistered sales in Ripple, they should have come from them then. Why are they doing all that now? Are they afraid of Ripple's potential and following? Because clearly, we can all see that this crypto is heading to the moon, whether we like to admit it or not. It might take a few hits on its way to the top, but there's no stopping XRP's bullish trend. But why is the SEC upon Ripple's case? And why now? If we can find the answers to these questions, I'm sure we will understand the lawsuit's hidden objective. All in all, Ripple isn't going down without putting up a fierce fight, and XRP keeps hitting those new all-time highs. Hands down, I have never seen a crypto fight for its life like the way XRP is doing right now. We still have a lot to expect from XRP and Ripple, but Ripple might have to hang their coat for a while if this case goes sideways. But that doesn't mean that XRP is stopping anytime soon. To give you a better perspective of the bullish run that's about to happen with XRP, let's take a look at the technical analysis. Now we're looking at the weekly chart. Okay, so first of all, this idea might seem a little crazy, but for my target analysis, I simply applied the same fib levels and percentage ranges from the 2017-2018 bull run. That previous bull cycle included basically 2 bull runs. The basic premise for my target analysis is that we'll get this kind of twofold bull run again in 2021-2022. So let's start. Currently, the XRP price is at the 0.5 fib retracement level from the 2018 bull run. In 2017, the price retraced until the 2.618 level before we got a huge pullback to the 0.702 level, followed by a rally all the way up to the 2018 all-time high. Applied to 2021, this means we would go all the way up to around $9 before a big pullback to $2.50, followed by a shoot up to around $50, which marks the 2021 top. After the blow-off top with a pullback of around 70% to the 4.236, around $14 level, which acts now as a support, followed by an 8-month consolidation and cool-off period before we start again with the final run-up that could lead us all the way up to around $420 according to the percentage moves from the 2018 cycle. Taking into account that many people often sell too early and that parabolic phases often last much longer than most people think, I consider these price levels as an interesting idea. Trade safely, my friends. Please keep in mind we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Tell us what you think in the comment section below and let's have a conversation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and to click on the subscribe button below. Turn on notifications to get informed whenever we post our amazing content. And we'll see you in the next video.